Welcome to the Networking with Michelle podcast, the show dedicated on providing you the how-tos of marketing and networking strategies. Here we believe in the Jim Rohn quote, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Hey, good people. Hey, everyone. Michelle Ngome for the Networking with Michelle show, doing an unexpected episode. Today is Wednesday, July 26th, recording this at 1:05 p.m. And we're just going to put it up there. I apologize. I wasn't able to get a proper episode out on Monday as well as today. That's why I'm recording this now. Just wanted to touch base with you. And I hope everyone is doing well. Always grateful for those that tune in on a regular basis and hoping to get things back to normal within another week or two. So give me some leeway over the next couple of weeks to make sure everything's on the up and up with me and my editor. So what has been going on in the wonderful world of Michelle Ngome? The world has not been looking so wonderful. But we are pushing through, right? About pushing and praying and pushing. Not teaching this mod. So overall, it'll be 5 weeks that I haven't taught. And it's been a roller coaster, trying to make sure things are on point financially, which I think as of tomorrow they will be. But the most important thing is I have been able to relax, right? I went to the movies. I'm going to go see Girls Trip. Going to the movies for a pre-screening of Detroit. I'm not a movie person, but to really just go and enjoy myself, get a good laugh in, being able to relax, not feeling so time conscious. That was a relief. I went in the middle of the day, 1:00 in the afternoon where everyone else was at work. And it was just me and like 6 other people in the theater. So it was perfect. But yeah, so I think the most important thing that I have realized about the situation, right? I really don't talk about my finances that much. For the most part, I've been doing very well. Well, let me say I've been doing well, right? Paying my bills, maintaining my credit. I believe all of that's important. Having money in the savings account. And I think my experience in banking to kind of groom these principles over time. But I want to share this with y'all, and this is totally unscripted, but I'm hoping that it can help at least one person. And in June, I went to the Traffic Sales and Profit Conference and had a great time. And then the week after, I met with a book consultant, Tarika Williams, and had a great time. It was paid like $500. We spent about 4 or 5 hours going over this book plan from my biography, my keynote presentation, my book, as well as other products and services I was going to offer around the book Connect with Confidence. And if you've been following me, I've been talking about this book for a long time. I've been talking about multiple books for a long time, and she did a great job laying out a model for me in order for me to make money. But the truth of the matter is I have been struggling to write this book. And I felt that the more I talked about the book, the more I hyped it up, the more it was going to allow me to be accountable to myself. And that hasn't been the case. Also, one of the things I was supposed to offer last month, I was supposed to prepare and launch between June and July. I already feel like we're in August for some reason. Was a fixed membership group coaching plan where I was going to show people, how to create and repurpose content. And the more I kept doing it, I was putting roadblocks in myself, right? Part of it was I was 100% there to know, okay, is this me? Is this really, I'm good at it and I get compliments all the time about my content, the podcast, but is this what I'm really supposed to be teaching people? Two, and probably more importantly, at that time, I was so worried about my schedule because I have a crazy teaching schedule where for 4 weeks I teach from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., come back and work 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then the following 4 weeks, I just teach in the evenings from 6 to 11 p.m. Crazy schedule. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to offer this, how long am I going to offer it? When am I going to have these group coaching calls? What time? And I was just so worried about my schedule. And, if I do it in the middle of the afternoon at 2 o'clock, will people show up? Because they're going to be at work too. No one's going to show up on my call. It just in my head, I worry a lot, always have. And I'm very thorough. I do my due diligence, skipped in the curse. But I was so in my head. I didn't move. I didn't pull the trigger on it. And then obviously it's like, okay, well, how much do I offer? If it's $300, how many people do I need to make X amount of, what's my finance? It's like so much shit was in my head. I didn't do nothing. Did not do anything. What day do I launch? How long will it be? You name it, I thought about it and I didn't do nothing about it. And long story short, at work, have a meeting regarding the schedule. My name's not on the schedule. I was told that was going to be changed. I was going to be on the schedule. We had our 1 week break. Class will start on Monday. I believe it was the 17th or the 19th of July, whatever. Email my supervisor, jump on the phone with my supervisor and be like, hey, what's up with the schedule? She's like, you're not teaching. Yeah, you're not teaching. It's like, okay. And I hung up. And I was pissed. I was pissed off for so many reasons. I was pissed off at her, the way things were handled or were not handled over the past couple of weeks. But at the end of the day, regardless of who, I'm financially responsible for myself, right? Whether that's having money saved up in my account, maintaining my credit, budgeting, I'm financially responsible for myself. Okay. I'm not married. Even if I was, I'm a grown ass woman, right? Grown woman. I'm financially responsible for myself. And all I could think was, I could have put this program together. I could have put this new service together. I could have been promoting this new thing. I could have launched, and I could have started, and who knows how much revenue I would have made from that, right? Who's to say? I don't know, but I do know I didn't start, and therefore I will never know. And what if I was promoting and starting that program? I would have had 4 to 5 weeks. Like I'm not teaching. My schedule is free. It is so free right now. I had podcast interviews lined up, but I had no commitments because in the morning I would do my podcast interviews. In the evening I would teach. And now I have a clear calendar. And part of me is like, dang, what do I do with myself? But the thing is, it's like I didn't pull the trigger and I ended up getting shot. Like, does that make sense to anyone? Like, since I didn't pull the trigger on my business stuff, my job, corporate, whatever you want to call it, they pulled the trigger on me and I got shot. And the thing is, another reason why I was so mad at myself, it's like, Michelle, you've been here before. Like, how many more times are you going to go through this? Like, how many more times are you going to be considerate? How many more times are you going to be loyal to this object that's not loyal to you? I feel like I'm getting upset again. And it's messed up. It's really messed up. With whatever the school was doing, the supervisor, there's a lot more changes that are going on, and my colleagues have been texting me and calling me to let me know about the updates or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm financially responsible for myself, my personal finances, my business finances. But it's crazy because I've gone I'm going to go 5+ weeks without working, without making money, money that I counted on based off of my budget. And then I didn't have anything in place to prepare myself for any kind of business income, which has been really hard to maintain. But I'm like, man, I could have launched that program, and even if I wasn't going to make the thousands of dollars I get from teaching, but, what if I got 2 to 3 people? Like, it would have offset the cost. It would have been a beta thing. I would have figured it out. It's just so many things. And it's frustrating. But I say that to say, don't let anyone pull the trigger on you first, right? Especially corporate, these jobs, friendships are a little tricky. But don't let anyone pull the trigger on you first. And be financially responsible for yourself, right? And I know a lot of folks in America are living check to check. But really, this reminded me, is like, okay, Michelle, you got to get back to the basics of having my savings account full. And at least, I'm not even going to get into the 3 to 6 months of expenses, which is very much needed, but of just me personally having at least 1 month of rent in my savings, right? Untouchable. Okay, I'm going to have at least 1 month of rent in my savings, because the thing is, I'm generating money, I'm just not generating enough money equal to my check if I was to teach. Okay. But I don't know. I just had to get that out. Now, another positive of this down period is the fact that I've been writing. Like, I've been writing, and I haven't been writing the Connect with Confidence piece. I've been writing the remaining true to my narrative, and I'll probably want to save this for another episode. As I get closer to finishing at least the first draft. I want to say this. I've been struggling with writing Connect with Confidence, and I've been internally fighting with myself because I have all these book ideas. Like, if you were to go through my phone, like, I have so many book titles lined up. It's crazy. I am not short of any ideas. I'm not. Whether it's book concepts or business concepts, I'm really not short of ideas. I'm blessed in that area. I know I just can't do everything, and everything's not for me. And I was like, okay, Michelle, you just need to write everything on your mind, your heart, and let's just see how it goes, and put it out there. And especially for those that follow me on social media, and I'm pretty sure I said this in one of my January episodes, every year I have a theme, right? Not a New Year's resolution, but a theme. And one of my themes has been remaining true to my narrative. And that's what I'm focusing on right now. And I feel like this is the piece that's supposed to come out of me. And I think if you've ever been curious about Maxwell Ngome, I believe all of it is going to come out in this book, Remaining True to My Narrative. And I'm excited because although this process has been semi-tormenting, when you get good and comfortable, it's been a process, but I'm writing and I'm flowing and I'm grateful, and I'm still working with my coach, and she said it's very moving, so that's a good thing. And I want this book to be everything. Like, Network Navigate and Nurture was everything in me at that moment. And I think remaining true to my narrative has really been everything, because it's my whole life. But at the same time, it's experiences that I've had over the past 3 years that's about to come out in this current moment. And I remember listening to a Maxwell interview on the Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne probably asked him this because he asked the best questions. Like, what took you so long to come out with another album? And he's like, I had to live my life. And I kind of feel the same way, that when you're a creative, and everyone's different, but when you're a creative and creative in your own right, in your own lane, right? Whatever you do, that's good. Like, sometimes those experiences that you go through, like when you're in the middle of it, you don't see it. Or you're just like, man, I'm just trying to get out of it. I'm just trying to get through of it. I'm just trying to survive and keep my head up. And when you get out of it, it's like those are the same experiences that you're going to draw back on for your creativity. And that's how I feel right now with remaining true to my narrative. And there's things that I've been fighting against for the past 4 years. Like, part of this book was really written 4 years ago, before Network Navigate, but I was too embarrassed to put it out. Like, and that's why I got to do a whole nother episode surrounding this book. But yeah, man, like this is it. And I think my listeners and my friends and true fans are going to be in for a treat. And I know that, whatever it is, the podcast, the books, business books, if this is going to be a self-help book, I don't know. I just really want to help people, in whatever medium and lane that is. I just want to help people. And I think this has a lot of potential. And I know when this book comes out this year, I can be proud of it, And once again, this was a struggle with Connect with Confidence. I knew if I put that book, I wasn't going to be proud of it. Like, I knew if I put that book out, it was fluff. I knew if I put that book out, it was like real good bullshit, right? And I could still write it. Don't get me wrong. I could still write Connect with Confidence because I got good stuff to say. But there was nothing that was going to separate me from other folks, right? It was repurposed content. And I want to get to the point where when I'm writing, that I want my book to be like a Brene Brown. Like, you just highlight the whole book. Like, it's just like nuggets upon nuggets upon nuggets, Yeah, I mean, Connect with Confidence, I love it. And it's a simple title. I'm sure someone's probably using it or whatever, or will use it. But when I write that book, well, I'll say this. I'm going to wrap up. The reason why I wasn't able to complete Connect with Confidence is because I wasn't connecting with myself. And how can I connect with you, the listener? How can I connect with you, the reader? How can I connect with you, the person sitting in the audience, when I'm trying to do this presentation, if I'm not 100% connected with myself? And remaining true to my narrative is the book that's going to allow me to connect with myself. That's the book that's going to allow you, the listener, the reader, the person in the audience as I speak. Remaining true to my narrative is the book that's going to allow you to connect with me before I can say anything else about life. Right? And that's all I want. I want to connect with myself first. I want you to connect with me second. And if I got to share my narrative, I'll share it. And that gives me more of a platform, gives me the legs to stand on, it gives me the right to tell you how to connect with confidence. Hey, I believe in you. Personal connection leads to influential network. Thanks for networking with Michelle.